Kablam.
Kablam.
Is anybody here?
I see no one in the chat as of yet.
I see one.
They'll start piling in. They'll start getting notifications, or
They will. They will.
flipping
You
through
had
the
Amazon Research Center for Ornamental Fish. He joined, became a member about 2:00 this afternoon.
Oh, thank you so much, Doc Ant. Let's see, I'm going to put my favorite Nico picture up there. And let me go back to the YouTubes.
The YouTubes.
Well, nobody saw your image.
We could show it again later.
There'll be some replays.
Yeah, I shared it out. Kenny shared it out. A lot of people should be getting informed of the Booty Boys live.
So then next week will be on James's.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I have to watch a commercial on my own show. But if I skip it, I won't get the 2 cents or 1 cent, right? So I better watch this whole commercial about diet pasta.
Those precious pennies.
Lose 115 pounds. Wait, they don't pay me anything to say it. Skip it.
I think the only people you get paid on are like the people that have got YouTube Premium, where they don't have to watch the commercials and you get paid for it.
Hey, Mitch, how's it going? Scruffy
Yes.
City Aquatics.
What up, Scruffy City?
Do you know who Scruffy City is?
I
Kenny?
have never met him.
He's from Knoxville. He's one of the key guys for starting up the Knoxville Club. He's a really, really awesome guy.
Nice.
And
you know I'm down for a fish club.
oh yeah, he's super cool. And Mitch, if you need some almond leaves, let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got a bunch from where I ordered a bunch in back. Well, I mean, technically they're still for sale on my site, but back when I was running the website religiously and orders were coming in, I stocked up. So I've got plenty of almond leaves. If you need some, just let me know, Mitch.
What's going on, Bunny Viper? Good to see you. Coming in. Here they come. There's Lonnie.
Lonnie, Mr. Looney.
Gotta
And-
slide my. Oh, there we go.
I am just having all sorts of technical difficulties today.
Oh no.
I
What
can't
up,
get
Skull?
my pop-up chat to work.
We got Skull.
Mm.
Skull's awesome. Did you know that he
Coming
has
in.
lots of native fish?
That's awesome. I love the
Skull, you
natives.
mean?
Lots of carefish.
Nice.
Yeah, lots of goodiots and limias and stuff like that.
Very cool.
Hillbilly. What's going on, brother?
Mm.
We got Michelle Lee coming in.
Hey, Michelle.
Hello.
Well, Kenny, did you go to the fish store this week?
Nope.
When was the last time you were at the fish store?
Oh, boy. Probably been a good 2 weeks.
Did you purchase anything?
The last time I purchased fish was at the Greater Seattle Aquarium Society meeting.
Oh, well, I meant at your store.
Mm-mm.
I try to always purchase something, even if it's little, just to help them a little bit. And it's always fun to add to your fish room somehow.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Well, okay, let's hear what was your last fish, Dean's wolffish?
Yep. I got
Oh,
the
wow.
wolffish that day. And what else? I got a whole bundle of plants. And there was another fish I got. What was it? Oh, some more least killies. Wanted to
Very cool.
wanted to freshen up the old colony, so I got eight of those.
Yeah, I'd like to do that with a couple of my fish, is get some more of the same thing and just add up some DNA. How about you, James? What was the last fish purchase you made?
I couldn't tell you the last fish purchase. It's been so long. I haven't purchased fish in a long time. I did have a kind of fun project the other day, and that was my linear air pump broke.
Oh, nice.
So
no.
yeah, so I completely stripped that thing all the way down, took it 100% apart, cleaned everything, put it back together, and it sounded like an electric set of trimmers that was broken when I put it back together. So I was like, okay, but I ended up kind of taking it back apart and fine tuning because it's got that linear, drive in there. I kind of just fine tuned it, just tweaked just a little bit, and man, it runs smooth as soap now. So that was fun for me. I enjoy stuff like that. Taking
James
apart,
is
see if
so
I can fix
patient
it.
compared to me, man. I just would have been on Amazon ordering up a new pump.
Well, it's
Done.
safer that way with you.
Yeah,
You probably would have lost
absolutely
a
is.
finger.
I would have
Yeah.
electrocuted or something.
I just
Yeah.
bought a second one because I'm doing my second fish room, and it's one of the top ranked ones off of Amazon. It's Hilo or Hibelo, HIBLOW, Hibelo, I think.
So is the second fish room going like where James and I slept that night on the couches when we were getting ready to leave? Is that where the second fish room's going? So they're right
Kind of.
together.
Behind it.
Oh, okay.
In that there's like a whole area. It's the same size as the other fish room. It's just it was just probably filled with boxes and stuff because it's
Oh, cool.
a storage area. And so I've been unstoragizing everything and taking it to the sheds and throwing it away. And I want to set up like a breeding project for doing lines of guppies because I really want to try to make my own line of guppy. You know, I know that's what everybody wants. And like you hear Michael say, you can't do it because everybody else has already done it. Well, I call bull crap because nothing is identical. It's like a snowflake. And if I can pull that snowflake to look a little different every time, then it's my guppy.
There you go.
Saying, oh, whoops, Patty isn't being shown. I don't know what she said, but I clicked it.
Well, I do have a bit of it's going to actually be part of several upcoming projects. My mother found somebody that was selling a bunch of rough sawn lumber, 2x4s, and various things for a lot cheaper than what it's currently going for in the hardware stores. So we're going to be building some stands and racks and all that type of stuff. That's going to be fun. And I like working with rough sawn. So that'll be fun and kind of give it a rustic look on some things. So I think some of that's being delivered sometime this upcoming week. So I can start messing around with that.
That's cool.
That's why I'm envious of John and Lisa's new place. They got all that ancient wood in there already. I mean, can you imagine the wood that must be in there?
Oh,
they might have neighbors that you could purchase their house.
Yeah.
Coast to coast, no thanks.
Oh, but it'd be so much fun for us. Especially if you had a barn and we could live in it while you're in your house. That'd be a lot of fun. But nevertheless, so my new linear pump doesn't work.
Oh no.
I know. I got to figure it out. I got to unplug it and try to run it.
We should all gang up on Lucas and tell him they had a wood stock. Why don't we make a fish stock on his 30 acres?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody comes in tents, just make it a big gather around the massive pond type thing.
Sounds like a good time.
He has a whole bunch of different ponds. So one could be the pea pond.
That ought to close, and I'd have no problem closing them with that attitude.
Well, that way we aren't peeing all over his trees.
Yeah.
Just saying.
We'll see how many people you have to use to pee in a pond to jumpstart the cycle off, right?
Yeah. Week after the event, Lucas has got a bunch of floaters, man.
Oh my gosh, it's terrible.
It is.
But I did buy some red root floaters.
Nice.
And I think I'm killing them all.
Not nice.
I don't know what the heck I'm doing wrong with them. But they all look like they're.
Are they in ponds or are they in tanks?
Well, I wanted to put them in my ponds, but I put them in my tank for now in a 75.
And is the water filled to the top?
Yep.
That's why. I did that with my big tank, and what happens is it doesn't leave enough space for them to stay out of the water level, and if they get water on top of them, they don't do well.
See,
Like
and
they
I was-
have the tops. The tops of them need to be.
That's what I was thinking, and they filled the whole bag with them, and then filled it with water, so they were all underwater too.
That might have been a problem.
Because like when I ship floating fish, floaters, plants, I use towels, and I only put the
Yep.
paper towels on their roots to keep them wet. And I was wondering, but I figured, oh, I've never had this, so who knows? They sell them, not me.
Whenever we've shipped them, we just couple squirts with the squirt bottle in the bag, and that usually perfect by the time they get there.
Well, thank you, only Oscars. I appreciate that. Didn't know which one of us they were giving it to. That's awesome.
That was nice of you on the Oscars. Thank you.
Well, if we all get together, maybe we'll buy a pie or something.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Oh,
Now,
before the year's up, we'll be together at some event somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I'm just like, I'm really, if it happens and we get to do the Florida leg with Kenny, I'm dying for some seafood, man. Because, we went to Orlando, but everything was right there in the resort. We didn't, get to go, out and get
Go
like
to the coast and get some real stuff. Yeah.
Yes, and I grew up on fresh seafood off the boat, fresh.
Well, you
and
ever make
so-
it to Fishtoberfest, James? I'll take you for some darn good seafood.
I was watching a little bit about your area on an episode on Netflix on one of the not cooking shows, one of the eating shows.
I'm taking you to the
where they
same
just
place
go
they
around
took
and eat.
Lucas, man. Lucas lost his mind. I mean, he ordered for such a little dude. That dude can eat, man. I'm going to tell you all right now. If you've never hung out with him, the boy can eat. But he had a big old fish and chips and crab and shrimp.
Nice.
he had
That boy
eggs
could eat.
and fried shrimp planks at the sports bar, I think. But he ordered 6 boiled eggs and ate them.
Oh yeah, well it was deviled eggs, and we had maybe a 15-20 minute conversation about those deviled eggs, and Sarah was just laughing her butt off because Lucas and I are like, we could do this and we can add a little bit of this and we could do this at home, and she's just like, you guys are idiots. He's definitely a foodie.
Yeah, he likes his food.
They had added bacon to the deviled eggs.
Ooh, that sounds good, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty smart. I mean, you can pretty much add bacon to anything to make it better, but that was pretty smart because, I mean, man. Oh, well. But something to make those eggs worth the $20 price ticket on them, probably.
Right.
Lucas is kind of tallish, Patty says.
Well, okay.
I mean, he's not short.
Yeah. I don't know. Is Lucas like 5'11"?
I don't know what he is. I tower over him. I know that.
You tower over most of us, Kenny.
I know.
Hush.
Yep. In Florida, I just like stood next to Kenny so I'd never get into the sun.
Well, I've heard Whip's taller than I am. I heard Whip's is like huge.
Whip's a
Yep.
big guy.
Yeah, he's about 6'6", and he's in town tomorrow. He's only an hour away.
Oh,
But I've got
nice.
so many things to do. I don't know if I'll be able to make it to see him or not. It was kind of last minute when he told me, and I was like, oh man, got a bunch of stupid stuff I got to do in the morning, and then I've got like a couple of shows to do. So we'll see how it goes. It might be last spur of the moment deal. Yep. Oh look, there's Matt, and he's saying, "What are the Booty Boys doing? We're drinking from the cup."
There we go.
He actually said boot scooting booty boys.
Oh, he did. He said a whole bunch. Oh, that's all right.
Say that fast 3 times, Ed.
What's happening, boot scooting booty boys? What's happening, boot scooting
I
booty
mean,
boys?
literally.
What's happening, boot scooting boys?
He's your friend, James.
He is. God love him.
And-
So there was a question for you from Bunny Viper.
Oh,
I left the pause so you could do your little from
boot
Bunny
scooting
Viper.
booty boys. Oh,
Okay. I thought he was. There you go. Bunny Viper said, Chattanooga Adams setting up a new planted guppy tank. Any suggestions? What are your favorite plants? Tips and tricks? Question mark.
Well, I could do a whole show on this, and I probably
There you
have done
go.
plenty.
We'll see y'all later. Have a good.
Yep. Well, or we just lost you.
I'm just kidding.
It's with guppies, like, you know, some guppies don't eat their fry, and so you can put pretty much any plant you want in there. But if you need something to hide your fry, then it's good to have something leafy, and I'm sure you know that. I think kabumba is awesome, but and I don't bury. You know, some people plant their kabumba. I just let it go crazy on the top, and it looks super cool. And someday it'll reach the bottom, and then when it takes hold, you have a super plant. But it seems like everyone I've ever tried to plant myself, the kabumba, it's Kabumba Carolina. As soon as you stick it in there, it rots and dies. So it's like you got to let it do it itself. Guppy grass, it's like, you know, guppy grass is another thing. It's just like a weed that'll take over your tank if you don't watch it. But if you need some guppy grass, bunny viper, let me know on Instagram and I could send you some of that. But it's not really pretty in your tank. You know, it just kind of grows.
It does what it's designed to do. Save guppy fry, right?
Yeah. And platies. If you're doing platies, I highly recommend guppy grass because platies are a lot harder on their fry than guppies.
We're taking a hazing over our name, boys. You see
We
this
are.
in the chat?
I see this. I see it.
They're saying, "Dirty boy, booty boy sounds a little dirty." And now Patty's saying, apparently they all are oblivious to booty boy sounds like.
Oh well, and I'm gonna come back at that, and I'm gonna say it's you all in your minds that are deciding that it's dirty. That's you all. So you need to kind of do self-reflection and figure out why you think it's dirty, because we're 100% clean here. We're referring to water booties, you know, and a name that was given to us in Florida.
Yeah, we're as innocent as priest.
There you go. So
I don't
shame
either.
on you, ha.
And I'm out of the loop. Patty keeps asking if I'm driving to the Clash. It turns out so my aunt in Massachusetts has sold her house. She sold it like the day it came out. It's one of those super old antique deals. It's in downtown New Haven or Newport, some real neat little town. But I didn't know she was going to sell it so fast because her house, it smelled like cat pee. She like has lots of cats. But still, they bought it. Bam! Well, but they said that she has until like the end of the year to move out. So my mom was planning on going there in October to go help her move out. And when she sold that house, she bought a place in Florida. And she hasn't been to that, just her daughter has. But it's going to be like a rental property. But nevertheless, I'm going to drive my truck up there because I talked to my mom in, well, it's just a week difference. I could go to the fish show. I'll let my dad drive my truck the rest of the way to Massachusetts, get my aunt, and then they'll come back on Monday and pick me up, and I'll drive the rest of the way home again. So Dad will have to drive like 5 hours, which I don't know if he likes, but he can always stop for a lunch in the middle and just do 2.5 hours or something.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
And I think I'm going to fix my cruise control for him too, because my cruise control has never worked. It's the only thing I didn't test on my car when I bought my truck. And it just never ran, or it's never worked. But I found out it only costs like between $100 to $400 to fix it, depending on what it is.
Did you ever check the fuse?
Nope.
Fords are notorious for the fuse on the steering wheel.
Well, that would be awesome. So, yeah, I'd just like to have my cruise control too, because James and I take a lot of long trips, and it would have been nice to have had cruise control a long time.
I didn't know you guys were rolling with no cruise, man.
Yeah, I do it just with my foot. But the good thing is I have no feeling in my foot. So it doesn't get sore. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's just like putting a brick on a thing. But, yeah. So, Patty, I'm going to be going up there Thursday night. My mom and dad are going to stay with me in the hotel room, but I didn't tell them that, the hotel people. And then mom and dad are going to leave Friday morning. So, Patty, if you're there Thursday, you might be able to meet my mom and dad, or at least my dad. My mom doesn't really walk around much, and I bet my dad and I will go and see if we can help out setting up things and stuff. But yeah, that's the plan.
Sounds awesome.
And my mom's already investigated restaurants there, and there's a place real close to the hotel that serves liver, and so we're going to that place to eat liver Friday or Thursday night. She's the only one eating liver.
And there's Miss Carol Cox.
Hey.
Hey, Carol. How are you doing? Oh, my gosh. That's the first time I've ever seen a Nico next to a person's name. That's so awesome. Oh, Paul has it too. Wow, that's crazy. It's neat. And Lefty made a video for me today to show me how to put more emojis on.
Nice.
And so I will be adding a Rico, James, and Kenny one.
Oh,
and
Lord.
I wonder what the Kenny one will be.
I think you already had a little. Go ahead and show them now, Ed. You brought it up. Show them what you're thinking.
I made this because I was just waiting on the guys before the show. And I'm actually pretty quick at doing these things. There's my Kenny. And maybe I'll do everybody with fish. This is my Fish Room Fever I was thinking about doing because I really like how Lefty had big letters above his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you could see it real easy. But maybe I'll still put everybody's face on a fish and see if people like that and see if it'll show up on there. Nico's face came out pretty good. You know, let's see. Do I have to be a member of my own show to be? Oh, no, I can do it.
What's going on, Alex? Secret History Living in your aquarium.
Hey, Alex, how are you?
What up, Alex?
Oh, my gosh. Well, thank you, Patty. You're so sweet. I never noticed that Patty had a betta in her picture.
Yeah.
That's very cool. But, yeah. Okay, so what else have you guys been up to? Setting up any tanks? Have you set up that awesome square tank that you got at the show, James?
No, so that's one of the projects once I get this rough sawn lumber, is I want to build a stand. Instead of building a stand for just one, because I have two tanks now. I have that one from Aquaticon, and then I have the one from Aquashella, which is the 7 ports, but they're both 25-gallon rimless tanks. I want to build a stand and set those up side by side, and then eventually I would like to build / buy a water bridge between the two. I think that would look really nice, but I want to do like a nice glass one. I don't really want to do one that's got the white PVC involved in it.
Yeah, the glass is so much cooler.
So I think it would look really classy to have, two nice aquascapes and then have that glass water bridge between the two of those kind of on the top as the highlight piece. And then I'll have some shelves for a couple other tanks. Like I've got that the Fluval Spec that I got from Pec Tech. I want to put that on there. The 7-gallon cube from the Big Fish deal, I want to put that on there and kind of have my rack of fish event / fish tuber tanks all together in one area. I think that'll look nice.
Patty says, aren't the mods supposed to say, thanks, Patty, for joining? What the F? I'm canceling.
Aw.
Cancel. No.
Well,
thank you, Patty.
Patty, you're still awesome in my book. That's something that I don't do that I need to do as a mod, because I'm like, when people ask me to be a mod, like Kenny has me as a mod, I'm like, I'm not a very good mod. I'm more of just a retarded person as a mod.
And I'm only one step above you. I mean, I do an okay job dropping a couple links here and there. And if a troll comes in, I can zap them. That's about the extent of it.
My goal is always to try to say hi to people because I like saying hi anyway. So I try to say hi before Kenny can.
I'm always saying hi, man.
He is in the house. But yeah, so I need to do a better job at saying thank you for when people do give gifts, because it is a very important thing and very awesome and nice.
Absolutely.
Oh, look, Skipper's one of my mods. And Matt's a mod. I don't even know who my mods are. It's terrible.
I'm going to quiz the chat here. I'm sure several people will remember it. I cannot remember the name of a purple plant that we discussed sometime in the past month. I think it was on my channel.
Oh,
but it was a
Persian Guard.
Persian shield?
Persian Shield.
There you go. You gave me the Persian part. I remember. I was like, I know it was some kind of shield. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, because that's something I need to get relatively soon for what I'm working on.
Oh, I just saw some somewhere because I was talking about it to my mom, and I said, "Doesn't this look similar to Wandering Jew?"
It looks
And
like,
I know
Alex-
Wandering Jew's not called Wandering Jew anymore, but I don't think it's racist to call it Wandering Jew.
looks like Alex sent you a $5 super chat, Ed.
Oh, what's it say, Alex?
It says, "Come on, friends, let's make it rain in here. Drop some dollar bills. I hope y'all are doing great. Cheers." Alex.
Well, thank you, sir. We ought to bring him in sometime and really quiz him.
Definitely.
Oh, I did think of one other thing for Bunny Viper is if she's in really soft water and you want your guppies to thrive, you want to add something to harden it up. Get your pH high because you'll end up with a lot more. Why does it always not show Patty's things? It thinks everything Patty says isn't right.
He's too deep.
Poor Patty. But
she's on that fine line there that
Oh,
YouTube's like, I don't know.
Oh, man.
But yeah, Bunny Viper, a little crushed coral will go a long way.
Oh, yeah.
And if you put the crushed coral in there and it's already hard water, it's not going to dissolve and make it worse or something either. So you got that going for. Well, thank you, Sarah. Sarah, she's got a super project that I hope she makes a lot of cool videos on. She has set up, cleaned out. I don't think she actually set it up. It turns out she had a pond in her backyard that I think she said was 2,300 square gallons or 2,300 gallons.
Nice.
That'd be super cool. And in Savannah, Georgia, or outside of Savannah, Georgia, it'd stay warm. Man, that's pretty cool.
Definitely.
Just don't buy any of these guys because they'll say they look real cute with your koi because they become super ugly.
That's cool.
But this is a cute fish. It's a high fin loach.
Banded shark, right?
Oh, I don't know. Is that another name for him?
High fin banded shark? That's what I've seen them.
Oh, well, different parts of the country, maybe. But here we call them the high finned loach.
So Patty answered you there. She said, "I can't even say the name of the stream without being censored. So what else could I say, Ed?"
I don't know, but I don't pay attention to most of what you're saying. I just don't want it hidden.
We don't want to hear it. We just don't want to censor it.
No censorship here.
Yeah.
And you got another new member, Jenny Lynn.
Hi, Jenny. Oh, and I was smart, and this is for everybody who's into YouTube or starting out. I have subscribers only chat. So that way, if somebody comes in that's not subbed, they'll just hit the sub button to be able to talk, and it's really easy. And you'll pick up an extra sub here or there. And if you got a troller, maybe you get a free sub off that. Just saying.
Absolutely.
It could happen. There's Steve-O. Scuba Steve-O. He's a super cool guy.
Paul Stera was saying it shouldn't be hard to find. The Persian shield low should have it. That they do. I remember looking it up on there, and I appreciate that, Paul. But I couldn't for the life of me remember what it was called, and I didn't want to wander into the Lowe's Garden Center and be like, I need this purple plant that It's going to go in an aquarium, but it's not for an aquarium, but you have no idea what I'm talking about. So now I can just go in there and track it down.
Oh, wait. Did anybody say thank you to Jenny?
I don't know. Ed, did you? You
Thank
thank your members here.
Well, yeah, but I also got to make sure that my mods are saying it because I don't want people mad.
Smack those mods around. Get them in line.
I'm just teasing you guys.
Speaking of mods, there's a cool one. Xana Doo Skull! What's going on, brother?
Man, and Levi's here.
Hey.
Levi,
All the
do you
cool
know who
things.
Levi is?
I've met him. I haven't met him, but I've seen him around.
Oh, what? He's from my hometown, so
Oh,
back in
really?
St. Lou. So yeah, he's like, he gets to watch tornadoes and stuff. I miss that. Pretty cool. And he saved my gravy on one of the Aquashella streams because we had those guys up there that like talk about reptiles, and I had nothing prepared to ask them, and they didn't know how to do live streams. So they go up there and they say who they were, and then they look at me and say, "So, what's the first question?" And I make up a lot of the questions, So I made up like something about frogs, and they didn't know anything about frogs. I was like, "Oh crap, that's the only thing close to a reptile I know anything about." But Levi came in and he asked a whole bunch of questions about ringnecks, and it was amazingly awesome because we talked about his subject for about 30 minutes. I don't know what I would have done without Levi that day. It would have been pretty rough. But Levi, did you ever end up with a snake? They kept telling him not to do a ringneck, but he was really persistent to get a ringneck, and so that was awesome. That he was being persistent, and I really appreciate that. Yep, just weird. Oh, thank you so much, X2. You're crazy. Thank you for adding memberships. Welcome all. God bless. Cheers, fish, fam, friends. Man, you're too cool.
He's a good guy.
He is.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait till we can start playing Dungeons and Dragons.
And we got to invite him to the Fish Fam fantasy football because he's a Vikings fan. We need more of us in the same league. Then we can become trading partners and own it.
Well, you guys won't want to trade any. Is there anybody from Minnesota we're trading for?
Jefferson, Cook, Cousins a good guy during the month. Come on, Ed.
For your spot plays. I'm just giving you the business. But yep.
Where's Hill at? Oh, that's right.
Oh, I caught Jenny Lynn. But yeah, I can't wait till football, but we probably shouldn't talk football or everybody will run away. Especially James. I might be doing something special with James in 2 weeks.
What's that?
In Knoxville.
Mm-hmm.
We might be going to a wrestling event.
We might.
Which one? WWE or something?
Nope. I don't know. It's some minor league group. NWA. But I found out that James loves professional wrestling, and I wanted to do something special for him. And so we're going to go.
You know, I used to be like every Friday, every Monday type of guy. I mean, that was my thing. And then when I was in the Marines, I won a contest at a radio station and got ringside tickets to a Monday Night Raw in Hawaii where they bring all the big people in,
Oh, that's awesome.
Ruined me. I could never watch it again after that.
Because you could see it up close.
I saw what was going on. I mean, I was one of the people that truly believed the stuff was real, other than a couple of the side stuff. But when they were in that ring, I always said, it's real. And then I got a taste of reality. But I saw some cool wrestlers that night. I saw Legion of Doom, Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, Jimmy Snooky Fly Snuka.
Oh, wow. That was a long time ago.
Big Boss Man.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Oh, Big Boss Man was like one of my favorites. I used to have a flat top just like him.
And then what's his name? Macho Man with Queen Elizabeth. Yeah.
Oh, Macho Man, Randy Savage. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I used to like wrestling a lot. Well, when I was growing up in the 80s, I liked it, because I was a little boy and I thought it was great. But then in high school, I mean, we knew that it was fake by then. Maybe it was college. It was actually probably college when we got back into it, and it was the WCW. And I dressed up for one of the events, and we all dressed, like my brother dressed up like Sting. My buddy Joe dressed up as Big Sexy, and he's only like 5'5". Puff dressed up like Big Papa Pump. So we all go. But I mean, I was actually a pretty big guy back then. And I was like giving little kids high fives in the hallway and stuff. And I even bought like these little mini Slim Jims. Like you could buy this box of Slim Jims for $9.99. And they were like the size of those little pencils at the church. Those little church pencils with no eraser, or miniature golf pencils. I've lost you, haven't I?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Well, these little bitty, I hand them to little kids and giving them high fives and stuff. And Hugh Morris, I don't know if you know who that is, but he was a wrestling trainer, and he came up and said, "You got what it takes. I'm going to train you." And he gave me his card, and he says, "Call me on Monday." And I was like, I own a. Oh, I must have been out of college even, because I owned a photo studio. I was like, dude, I got weddings I shoot every Saturday. I can't be doing this. But yeah, it's a lot of acrobats, but it's super dangerous. They really hurt themselves bad.
Oh, I bet.
So
ABC Aquatic Biotope Creation says, what's a guy got to do? Throw money at you to get some acknowledgement around here?
Oh, I'm so sorry. What's it say, James? Where
that was literally what it says. $20 super chat from ABC Aquatic Biotope. So do I got to throw money at y'all to get some damn acknowledgement around here?
That's funny. That's
ABC.
Verily, verily,
ABC.
Says Hulk Hogan lives real close to my house.
Oh, wow. Well, those were fun times. Oh, Fantastic Freaks giving me the big thumbs up. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
But yeah, used to love the wrestling a long time ago, but I knew I didn't have the dexterity to do it either. I would have probably hurt somebody really bad. You got to be able to know how to throw a punch and just miss their heads and stuff, or step on them and without using your weight. And I can't do that. I would just end up breaking people in half and feeling bad.
All right. I told the story last time. Liquid Zoo says, tell us where the name Booty Boys came from. I'm dying to know. So it's one of y'all's turn this go around.
All right. Where Booty Boys comes from is while we were on our Fish Fam tour across America, and I picked up these boys and we went down to Florida to see Father Fish.
Venice Beach.
Yep, we went to Venice Beach, Florida. And anyway, Father Fish had promised us to take us collecting. Well, then all three of us looked down at our feet. We're like, man, I don't want to screw my tennis shoes up the rest of the time we're here. So we need water shoes. Well, couldn't find a Walmart for anywhere. And then when we went to a couple places, nobody had it. So we ended up having to result going to a scuba shop to get our shoes. So we got triple, quadruple retailed. And then Father Fish was ahead of the game for $5 more. He got these high top ones, which we all should have done.
Oh,
but to make a long story short, all of us only went in there. We only bought booties. So the lady at the counter said, y'all must be the Booty Boys. And that's how we came up with the name Booty Boys.
Yeah, I wish I would have got the high tops. Those were so much cooler.
Well, for one, James shouldn't even freaking bothered getting, water shoes. He should have just got like a water condom up to his neck because he was basically half fish.
It's just buy a wetsuit, yeah.
Yeah. We should have just gave him like an aerator and said, okay, James, we'll see you in an hour, and
Yeah.
would have been.
Well, maybe next time. But I still have my shoes. They're right in the other room. They're in the closet, in the shoe closet.
The funniest thing I remember from that too is, remember James was so deep up to his neck that his bucket was floating, Ed, and every time he'd move, it would tip, and we'd see like fish swim out, and then he'd flip it back up. That's how deep of water he was in. The
Couldn't
bucket
get a single person to help hold a bucket. They were all holding cameras.
Yeah,
It's a shame.
Because it was too damn funny not to have a camera.
Well, I shouldn't have walked so far away. I walked to the other side of the lake, so that way I was thinking, well, this way, if he scares fish this way, or I scare him that way. But I didn't.
It actually worked out fine though, because Father Fish was live streaming from James's end, and I was live streaming from your end, so they were actually getting to see both of you simultaneously if they wished.
Yeah.
So it actually worked out good.
This guy is 100 times better than me. I mean, with all the fish that swam out, plus what he did bring in, was probably 100 to 1 what I was doing.
I get to be a kid. I mean, that's like return to childhood right there. You throw me in the Florida waters with a net and a bucket, and I get to be a kid again.
That first day I collected, man, my week's events had finally caught up, man. I mean, by the time we got to that lake, I remember I was just sitting on that picnic table, just comatose, watching you guys.
Well, the problem, though, one of my disadvantages was, I mean, I'm still not as good as James was, but we both had these big grave vault things, nets, because the reason why they have grave vault nets is because a lot of the fish farms put their fish in grave vaults, the concrete things. So they make these nets that are perfect for scooping them out. Well, it also is great for collecting. Well, my grave vault net broke like on my second try. So then I ended up having to have a little bitty one like this big. And that really sucked.
You got to know the limits of the equipment. You can't just break your net second scoop in, buddy. I mean,
Yeah, well, I'm all about the pressure.
Yeah.
All about the pressure.
I don't know what that means, but it sounded funny.
Well, I'm thinking of some of the people in the chat were called the Booty Boys, and now you're talking pressures. They're probably really eating that one up, Ed.
Oh yeah.
Oh. But yeah, but so I am looking forward to trying to snorkel in Lucas's ponds. I don't know if we'll catch anything, but it'd be fun just to snorkel around and look for a gator.
I bet you he's got some serious bluegill, bass, maybe some tropical fish if somebody dumped something in there over the years at one point or another, maybe. But
well, if not, maybe we should throw something in there.
oh,
I'm just being stupid.
just kidding, state of Virginia.
But yeah.
Uh,
Okay. What I had this question earlier today. Now I don't know what for sure James's favorite fish he owns, because he has two fish that I know he loves a lot. But let's go around the horn and see what are your top two favorite, and then we're going to break it down to your favorite in your fish room right now.
Well, you already know that the top two is going to be the zebra plecos.
Yep.
I mean, you're going to want me to choose between the two of them.
Oh yeah.
If I absolutely had to do it, it would be the zebra plecos.
If
I
you
had
could get
to.
one to breed, which would you prefer to breed?
The zebras.
Oh man, poor guy. But that's cool. The zebra plecos are nice.
They are. I love the Caribe piranha, though. I'm will more than likely get those guys to breed before the zebras at this rate, but it is what it is. We'll see.
How about you, Kenny?
right now, I would say it would be the Paratopia, Marilambo, and the wolffish. And then my Paratilapia still is my favorite over the wolffish. But that wolffish is gaining momentum here.
Oh, I thought you were saying it was gaining weight. I was like,
oh, he is doing that too. He's a pig, dude. I'll throw 3 full-size pieces of shrimp in there, and he eats all 3 of them.
Oh wow!
So
He's
then
a
I have to
videotape
refeed the
fan.
rest of the fish in the tank. And he's aggressive. I watched him take it. Like if the Oscars, you know how Oscars are, they just grab a mouthful and have all hanging out. He'll go and yank it right out of the Oscar's mouth and take off back down. That Oscar could eat him at this point still. I mean, I
Eat
know
the
he wolffish.
wolffish?
Yeah.
Ooh.
But he's terrified of the thing because the first day I had him in there, he went up to try to assert his Oscarness on the wolffish, and the wolffish latched onto his front lip and wouldn't let go. The Oscar's shaking, and he just stayed on. Finally, he let go, and that Oscar is always on the right side, and the other fish is on the left.
That's awesome.
He wants no part of that Oscar, and the Oscar wants no part of him anymore. So,
Well, that's cool. Probably my favorite fish I have would be my one Bisher I absolutely love. It's my armored or brashiri. I don't know how to spell it. It starts with a D.
Delhousie.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I bought 2 ornates to go with it, so it'd have friends, and they are just such jerks. I'm afraid they'll end up killing him or her. She's a year older than them, but they've already outlengthed her. They're about 16 inches long, and she's only about 10, but she's twice their thickness.
Yeah.
And she's supposed to get bigger than them, so that'll be interesting. But I don't think I'll ever put them together. Somebody at the last fish swap was selling them 2 for 150, and they were about 4 inches, maybe 5 inches. And I was tempted because, they're such a nice fish. But, man, that's a lot of money to put into a fish that I've got to grow in a grow-out tank just to put it in my 200 so the other fish don't eat it. So I just didn't do it. And then probably my next favorite is my Japanese blue tails. I don't know. I like a lot of my guppies, but it's hard to pick a favorite.
I just recently got some Japanese ones. Are they kind of beige with the blue?
My Japanese ones are solid blue. I don't
Mine
know.
are like an albino white with blue going through the
Mine have
tail.
kind of a silver head with a black eye. Well, I don't know where I put my telephone. It's a telephone. But I'm sure I can find a photo of them. But they wanted one of the IFGAs up in the Minnesota area for best blue guppy.
Nice.
Yeah. And when the guy gave it to me, he said, "You can't tell anybody that I'm giving them to you, and you don't put them in any of the shows that I enter." And he only does the northern ones, and I was just doing the big fish deal. Or not the big fish deal, the deep south. But these are them.
Super pretty.
Those are cool.
Now, are yours? Is that color kind of, or?
Mine don't look anything like that, Ed.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm about to start my 4th tank of them. My goal is to have like 2,000 of them. And then maybe I'll start selling them.
They remind me a lot of like blue Moscow guppies a little bit.
Yeah. Well, that's how they can pass for the, not that, I'm sure he didn't say they were Japanese when he put them in the show because they don't allow Asian stuff at the IFGA.
Ah.
Yeah.
So he just listed them as blue guppies. But yeah, they're pretties. I love them.
They are.
But yep. So let's see. How are we doing? We're still doing good on time. We got 11 more minutes. Do we? Or 10 more minutes. I guess
Who is
I
it
started
tonight?
a
It's
little
Big
long.
Tank Hank tonight, right?
Yeah. Now, is he got Scuba Steve?
Is that who he's got tonight?
Scuba, does he have you? I don't know why I'm calling him Scuba. I call him Steve-O normally.
Evo.
But yep, you guys will have to check out Big Tank Hank because he's awesome.
Big Tank Hank.
And do you have any aquarium club events coming up, Kenny?
Our next event will be the second Sunday of June. And we're having Shrimp Envy this month, which are really, really cool local shrimp breeders we have here.
Oh,
And
neat.
specialize in Carabina, and I think they have some lines of Neos too. But the cool thing about them, and Danny and I, when I was at the last Willamette Valley, bought some. They make their own food.
Oh, wow.
And it's really good stuff. I mean, I put 2 of them in, and I mean, within 3 minutes, I had shrimp just piling, like looked like a dog pile. So, and it seems to be making them reproduce a lot now. So I don't know what they've got in that magic stuff. I'm not asking questions. I'm just feeding it, baby.
Nice.
Well, maybe tell me how much it is, and I'll buy one from you. If they're selling bags of it,
Yeah, they'll have
buy
some.
an extra bag, and I'll buy it from you.
Okay, I got you.
That'd be cool. But yeah,
What kind of shrimp are you keeping?
I just have Neos.
Okay, I'll get you some of the green. You probably don't need a lot of the protein one.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough about shrimp. I need Grant here to tell me what I need. But I'm going to be getting some fish or some shrimp from Grant because I plan on filling my my fluval with just shrimp. The one that I got from Liquid Zoo. He sent me a Flugel Megaflex, and so that's going to be nothing but a shrimp tank. And then I'm going to have my cave tank, nothing but shrimp also. And originally I was going to try to buy my shrimp from different people so I could say, I got them from different places. But I think I'm just going to probably get them from Grant and maybe Rob from Flips Aquatics because I work with Rob a lot too. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
yep, cool guy.
Now, do you keep shrimp, James?
I don't really have anything set up at this point. I've got a couple that I'm setting up again for shrimp tanks. And I also am going to be going with Grant Garden of Eder, talk to him about some shrimp. So that's one of the things once I rip tanks down and move things around and move kids' bedrooms and stuff and set the things back up. Shrimp tanks is one of the things that I want to get going again.
Yeah, we're going to be.
Shrimp. I've got like cherry shrimp in a bunch of tanks, but I don't really count that. So
Last year at Fishtoberfest, shrimp plants, live bearers were like golden. I mean, if you had any of that on your table, you sold out within an hour.
Wow. That's
So,
awesome.
but we've been stocking our shrimp colonies just for that.
Well, Liquid Zoo said he got some shrimp today from Grant, and they're great. I bought some from him while he was here at the show in Knoxville at Aquaticon, and they're all doing amazing. I put those in my mom's tank, and she gets super excited whenever she sees one. They're always hiding. But I told her you got 10 right now. They're going to eventually advance and get more. And so
So did you do a shrimp only then?
no, I put 3 of my red Inler males in there. I let her pick out anything she wanted in the fish room. This is before I could go down the fish room. I couldn't go down the stairs. So I let her pick whatever she wanted in the fish room. And she picked some of these Inlers that I've been trying. And they're like, I've been trying to keep the most red ones in this tank with the girls so I can get an all red Inler. And my dad took 3 out of 8 of my best ones. And then he took one that I would have called. So that was good. But yeah. So I love these little Inlers though. I can show you the Inler real quick.
nice.
But I'm hoping to someday have a Brazilian of these Inlers. But right now, I'm just been working on them for about 2 years now.
Anything goes. I would recommend quarantine tank for anything you're going to be putting in your display tanks, whether it be shrimp, snails, whatever.
I thought I took a picture
Always stick to quarantine. I made the
Better safe
mistake, and
than
it cost
sorry.
me my most expensive tank in the house.
It's a hard lesson to learn.
It is. I'm up to 8 discus now gone.
Oh,
See, the other thing is with shrimp, even if they don't bring anything in, a lot of times they could be sensitive to the water. So you might have them go hide somewhere and die off, and then you start getting your parameters out of whack because you don't realize you've got dead shrimp that are in a bunch of foliage or up inside decor, things like that. So it's always good to kind of get them acclimated to your water anyway, even if there's no sickness present.
Hey, Ed, I would show them the back of your shirt, but the last time I did that, the Kraken came out for a visit, so I don't think we want to do that.
I understand completely. But these, they look more orange on camera, but on my phone, they're more red.
Super pretty.
But yeah, these are the Endlers that I'm trying to get to start breeding true. I think they're pretty cool. I have no idea if there's already those. But, oh, there's George right there. I sent that to him yesterday when we were talking. But, yeah, it's hard to get female Endlers from like a store, from your local store, but they sell the Pure Line males. Well, my local store ended up getting about 20. Well, no, they got about 40 female Endlers. So I bought 20 of them and I mixed them with white crosses, and these pinkish red guys started coming out. So I just keep weeding out the ones with the black lines on them and stuff from the white cross, and they just keep coming out more red and red. It's pretty neat. So
Sort of reverting back to the natural Endler line now, because most Endlers have that beautiful red on the side.
I don't know. That maybe I don't know who's maybe well, I can't. I just have to ask Doug Gray. Doug Gray won't come up on a live stream. I've asked him many times.
Yeah, he knows a lot about them.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, yeah.
He's awesome.
Yeah, we've got what are those called? Stack Endlers?
I don't know what they look like. I mean, there's so many beautiful Endlers that we don't get over here.
Yeah.
The Asians do such a good job of different lines of Endlers and guppies. And it seems like what we get here in America, we just turn into mutts right away. It's like we just never have anything pretty. Let's look up red Endlers. See, this is
the red scarlet Endler is an extremely colorful, peaceful fish whose small
There's
size
that
makes it
guy.
absolutely perfect for
Yeah,
The
Danny and I
Endlers.
we've kept those.
Very similar to the
They're
Russian
pretty.
common guppy.
But the problem with that line, with the ones we had, I mean, instantly are spitting mutts. There is no, like 1 out of every 10 babies will have that color.
Yeah. See, they started kind of looking like this, but I kept going with it and pulling everything that has any black on it, and they just kept going more and more solid pink.
No kidding.
Nice.
So, I mean, I'm sure there's probably a solid red one out there. Here, I'll go to images and see if there's anything that looks like mine. I haven't even compared.
This crowd is a little restless tonight, aren't they, James?
A little bit.
Somebody says, I think I caught a glimpse of the Kraken. I forgot I opened that window over there. I don't think it showed, but you know what, Ed? I'm not going to say 100%.
Xanadu is saying, I wish I could get my Endlers to stop breeding of hundreds. He's got some strains from LRB and he got some from me as well. And yeah, they I'm glad they bred out well for you, but they are like rabbits. Like Lady Diane was saying. Once they get going, they just don't want to stop.
Somebody put these as premium reds. Mine are better than theirs.
Yeah.
Mine are a solid color. They don't have any greens or blues or blacks on them. Maybe I really need to start working on just these guys. I've been trying to work on I've got a mixture of a guppy that I've been trying to work on, and I figure maybe in a few years, it's a big part of the reason why I'm wanting to do the fish room, is to make a Chattanooga guppy where it's what's it called? Like when you look at a Congo Tetra, what's that called? The cool colors that change on it.
The
Iridescence.
Iridescent. They're very iridescent, but they've got like a tiger or the leopard pattern on them. But they're iridescent, so they have like a rainbow colors on them. And I don't know if there's guppies like that out there, but I've got some. They just aren't breeding true. You know, I get a lot that come out totally different. So
I was trying to mix some of Jason's platinum tigers with LRB's fire and ice lime to see if I could get some cool. Didn't work.
I got some of those super nice ones from Jason that were just beautiful. They were the copper blues or something. They were cool, but the boys had such big tails, they couldn't keep up with the girls. So I never got any babies out of them. I should have put them in a smaller tank together instead of a 10. I should have put them like in a 5 or maybe even a specimen container and see if they could have kept up with the girl there. But yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh gosh, it's 11:31.
Oh,
So
we're in the big. God, you just said we had 10 minutes, Ed.
I know. I'm so sorry. Well, guys, thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you for the memberships. So cool, guys. I really, really appreciate it. Mods, you guys were amazing. You didn't let Patty get out of control. Good job. And I'm just teasing you, Patty.
I was going to say, leave my Patty alone.
Oh, wait. Kelly has a very important thing, but I have to show it. A whole bunch of ghosts. And thank you, James, for hanging out with me.
Always a pleasure, my friend.
You guys make it fun. And next week we'll be on James's channel.
We'll be on Fish Room Fever.
God help us all.
Okay, guys, go check out Fish Tank Hank. He's a super great guy, super nice. I'm not for sure if he has Scuba Stevo today or who he has, but I'm sure it'll be awesome.